everybody, and welcome to the Monday, April 21st edition of the NLSS Northernlion Live Super Show. I, as always, am your host, Northernlion, joined by my esteemed co-host, J. Smith, OTI.
Hello, everybody.
It's still Nick up there in the top circle. You just gotta
pretend like it's me.
There you
Do I
are.
have to talk louder?
And then we also have Rock Lee Smile up there.
Hello.
You got to give it a sec. It's maybe not the perfect method to capture video.
Hi.
Josh, stop making so much ambient noise. Hey, there we go. For a brief moment, Nick appeared in the top left. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good. Doing well.
Pretty good.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. People are already going crazy in chat. They're like, what the fuck is going on? Why are all your faces on screen? We're experimenting with a new formula for the NLSS. Behind the scenes, we've been having trouble making dockets for since the beginning of time, basically. So we figured, why don't we try to take a stab at a little bit of a format change? We're going to open up with a half hour to 45 minutes of talking about news, bullshitting in like a podcast format, as well as answering some fan mail. So if you have questions, if you have comments, if you have stuff that you would like us to answer, send us an email over at nlssfanmail@gmail.com. I'll be checking those emails throughout the stream, and we'll be talking about them. But for now, why don't we just talk a little bit about today's news in the world of video gaming. Nick, do you have a story for us?
Sure, I got a couple, actually. One of the first ones I think we had mentioned is maybe some interest in discussing this one about that Binding of Isaac Rebirth may actually be getting a level editor, possibly as DLC as well.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't know what game you're talking about.
All right. So there's this game you might
me?
not be aware. I guess is not really well known. Edmund McMillan originally made this game, The Binding of Isaac. You play as like a baby trapped in a basement, and there's like some monsters and blood. I don't know. Is this ringing any bells?
Yeah, I feel like I might have invested like 800 hours into that. But before you go any further, I want to say, up, down, to the side, welcome to the Lion Pride to Jedgan. Thank you very much for the subscription. But yes, so Edmund McMillan said that The Binding of Isaac could be getting a level editor if there's demand, which it seems crazy for me to assume that there would not be. But how do you feel about this, Josh?
I'm excited, I guess. I mean, I'm not a big Binding the Isaac player. Also, I do want to say up, down, all around, welcome to Uber Taco to J Smith Town. Thank you very much for that subscription. Yeah, it's why the hell not? You know, there's definitely a want for, you know, created custom levels or, you know, any sort of like random, any sort of element that you could do to mess with the game, give it, you know, the user some creativity to add to it. I think is always a positive thing.
Maybe you could tell me, Nick, in the article. I agree with you, by the way, Josh. Basically, I'm like, why not? If it's easy to do, why not do it? But maybe you could tell me in the article, Nick, if it says. But do you know if it's like to change the floor layouts or if it's to change like the individual rooms? Because making like a floor that's just super big doesn't necessarily appeal to me, and that's where the bounds of my creativity would be from like a level editor standpoint. But if you can change the enemies and like the obstacles that are actually on individual rooms, that seems like it could lead to some cool gauntlet or challenge run type stuff. Also, thank you, Dosh Cannon.
It does actually say, it says to build a pool of custom room layouts.
Custom room. Okay,
so you can draw from them for each run, essentially.
What do you think about it?
I think it's a great idea. I mean, I'm not sure how this is going to integrate in like the long-term scheme of things, if this is going to really change the way people play the game at all, but it's just nice to be able to have the option, like you said, why not?
This is the worst opening news story of all time.
We're all just like, that's good.
This is Crossfire with Northernlion, Rock Lee Smile, and Josh, where we agree on everything and everybody has moderate opinions.
Well, it doesn't even make any sense to to argue against it. There's no reason why this is a bad idea at all. It's just, it sounds great. Let's do with it, and, you know, let people be creative. That's all everyone wants to do. So, you know, I might not ever use it whatsoever, because I know like Broforce has their own custom created levels. Hell, I will never touch that in my entire life probably. But I like that other people do, and I'm able to kind of reap the rewards.
Speaking of which, Broforce is the game that's playing in the background right now. This is not me actually playing it, but it is an excellent game. You should go check out my video of it that went up today, but not right now because we're discussing the industry's hottest issues. And I agree with what you said again. We're basically like, the only person it's bad for, or the only people it's bad for, are the people making the game. So, you know, if they're going to invest the time into making the level editor anyway, you know, it's already an exceptionally replayable game. I don't know how much a level editor would add, but sure, if you're going to add it, then why not, right?
Absolutely.
Well, what would be wild is if they added a custom item editor.
Oh, that would be
totally
that would blow
everything.
shit out of proportion. Yeah. That would be crazy.
They'll never do that though, right? Because it's
Yeah,
it's like
I hope
releasing the
I hope so.
WWE 2K series on PC. They'll never do it because people would just do roster updates. If they did that, they'd shoot their own business model in the foot, right?
Exactly.
Anyway,
That's so sad. I do want 2K to have PC presence for like the WWE games. I think
I'm
it'd be great.
hoping that. I mean, because right now we saw that game at PAX and
Yeah.
at PAX Prime 2013. We made this appointment. 2K was like, "Hey, we got leftover spots for scraps like you, and like, do you want to see like it was either XCOM Enemy Within the second or the XCOM expansion, or you can see WWE 2K." And I was like, "Well, I'm already gonna play XCOM. We might as well just fuck around for like half an hour with this WWE game." So we just like gave each other Stone Cold Stunners for a half hour, and then we're like, "It's coming out on PC," and the guy's like, "Well, no." We're like, "Oh, well,
Yeah. Well,
Lame.
thank
kinda
you.
sucks."
Yeah.
Somebody told me Fred Durst is in some wrestling game. We should get on that.
I believe that Fred Durst is an unlockable character in.
Like Def Jam.
It's either Def Jam Vendetta, the Def Jam based fighting game for PS2 and GameCube and Xbox, the original Xbox, or it might be in the Reservoir Dogs PS2 game.
What?
Whoa.
Can someone?
Well,
No, it's a
I don't
wrestling
even
game.
realize there was a Reservoir Dogs game.
Yeah.
Two. Why the hell is Fred Durst in it?
Can someone just
Yeah.
Google? I'm looking at chat right now. Can you Google Fred Durst video game PlayStation 2 and tell me? Because I would like to know. By the way, time to Durst on today's stream was about 8.5 minutes. I'm pretty happy with that. Someone suggested
no, that's
that
good.
today's late 90s, early 2000s shit musical band of choice, sorry to Creed and Limp Bizkit for insulting their art and their life's work and everything they stand for, but would be Trained. But I just don't think I can do it because it's just.
Yeah, I don't know anything about them.
Oh, you know, Drops of Jupiter. They do the super dramatic songs where.
Oh, Train.
Yeah.
Dude, I hear. I swear to God, I was in one place. I think it was just like the local grocery store. Every
Yeah.
time I walk in, it's like Train. It's Train time.
Which
Right?
one,
Put on
though?
Drops of Jupiter. Let's listen to it.
I remember
Again.
in 8th grade thinking Drops of Jupiter was like the greatest song ever made. And then I thought back and I was like, why was I so dumb? It was totally just because it has violins in it. I was like,
Dude.
it takes it to the next level.
I don't know, man. Like I was on vacation with my family, probably like last year or maybe the year before that, and everyone was like had this fucking like realization that they really liked that song, and they
What?
told me about it. Yeah, dude, they were like, it came on the radio or something like that. They're like, oh my God, I love this song. It's like, really, you love it too? I'm just like, what? This is just like a 90s pop song. Like, what's happening here? And everyone's just like, no, dude, this is really good.
I think it's almost got that like bittersweet symphony thing going for it, where for me at least it has that orchestral component, which is a cheap way to garner positive favor, I think, and make your song seem like it's better than it is. But all of the Train songs I've ever heard are always about like mentally ill women that the lead singer wants to sleep with, right? Like last night in preparation for this stream. By the way, I'm loving this new news section. But last night in preparation for the stream, I had read all the lyrics to Meet Virginia, you know, Train's first smash hit.
Yeah.
And the woman is just crazy. The woman that he's in love with. It's like she wears high heels when she exercises. It's like, what doesn't make you quirky. That just gives you a higher chance for like an ankle injury. And like that's not good for anybody. Do you know how much healthcare costs in the United States? It's going to cost you an arm and a leg in addition to your ankle. Anyway,
Just
That's too many
everything.
body parts. Thank you to
I
Enter
found-
the Woo 11, by the way. I appreciate this
and-
very much.
thank you to Whoopsie as well.
Whoopsie.
All right.
I found the Fred Durst Enigma riddle
Okay.
answer. It's Fight Club.
Oh, it's the Fight Club game.
Of course it's Fight Club.
Why would Fred Durst be in Fight Club?
I don't know.
That's so good. It's the worst fit, right?
It so is. All right. Winning story mode also unlocks Fred Durst, lead singer from Limp Bizkit.
That's your reward for being in
That's
the
your
game.
reward. You beat the game. You get Fred
That's
Durst.
enough incentive for me.
Dude, how many people do you think were sitting at home like summer of '04 or something when that came out? And they're like, I gotta beat the game so I can get Fred Durst. Like, what'd you do with your week? Oh, I unlocked Fred Durst in Fight Club for the PS2.
I wish I could be in like the marketing meeting as well to like decide like who's gonna be an unlockable, and like I want to be like the agent who's like calling up Fred Durst's agent. Like, hey, we got a proposition.
Hey,
for
Nick,
ya.
can you tell me what Fred Durst said? Here, let's role play. I'll be the interviewee and I'll call you up out of the blue. It's a cold call.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Fred, big fan of your work. Do you want to be the final unlockable character in Fight Club on PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
That was exactly where I was hoping that would go. I also, while we were talking here, I came up with an idea that would cost like $100 million to actually do, and it will make no money back. But are you ready for it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
If there's any angel investors out there who are excited about this, please get in touch with me and all of the people that we would have to buy off so they don't sue us. Take Skylanders, where you put the action figures on the special disc thing, and they come into the game, but make it about late 90s, early 2000s alternative rockers. So you could have like a Fred Durst action figure, and you put it on the Skylanders platform, and then Fred Durst shows up in your game, and he's got like a special power where... who knows, man? He punches things, they explode. And you got Scott Stapp, and he does like the fist thing that he does, and yeah, exactly. And oh my God, just think about it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I want like Fred Durst versus like Kurt Cobain, like the showdown. I want that to happen.
You know that also.
Never happened.
I was talking about Puddle of Mud last week.
Yep.
And then Puddle of Mud had like a huge meltdown at their Dallas gig. They were caught lip syncing, and then the lead singer just fucking went off on the audience, and he's like,
"Oh no,
none of y'all getting pussy tonight." And then he thought about it for a second because they were like making fun of him, and then he said like, "And if you do," because he wanted to hedge his bets just in case somebody was like, "I'm here with my girlfriend" or something. He's like, "If you do, it ain't gonna be wet pussy," and everyone in the audience is like,
"It's gonna be dry and hurt."
What are you talking about? All right. So I like to think that in some ways maybe we contributed to that meltdown.
I hope so.
But news and fan mail.
You want another news story? Or you want to do a fan mail?
Everyone's a fan of the Binding of Isaac level editor. Why not? Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't have any controversial things, so we're gonna just agree with all of them.
Oh, fantastic.
Actually, maybe this is controversial. I don't know. So, Xbox One has shipped 5 million units. And is that a lot? I don't even know what a large amount of units is anymore.
For contrast, the PlayStation 4 has sold 8 million units, not just shipped them, but direct to consumers. And also maize corn up, down, to the side. Welcome to the Lion Pride. Yeah, so the PlayStation 4 has sold 8 million to consumers, and Xbox One has shipped 5 million. So it's behind the PS4 fairly substantially out of the gate, but probably still ahead of the Wii U, I would have to imagine.
It's apparently 60% ahead of the 360 at the same point in their respective life cycles, which is
pretty crazy.
Wow.
That's impressive. But like, honestly, is anyone surprised?
I am.
Also, it's welcome. It's Justice OTI. I'm not surprised that PlayStation 4 is beating the Xbone at all. Before it came out, I was more hyped for the PlayStation 4. I still haven't bought either of the consoles. But PlayStation 4 had better games that looked to be on the horizon, better indie functionality, better indie games coming to there, and that's kind of like what I like out of consoles or even like my PC. But I don't know what the Xbone has going for it.
Nick, you said that you're a little surprised, though.
When I said I was surprised, I meant like I'm surprised it's even doing as well as it is versus itself on the 360. Because I was kind of pretty worked up about all the shit that they were dealing with back in E3 period, when everyone basically the internet decided we're going to boycott this system, and then of course that doesn't mean anything. But I'm surprised that so few people sort of followed through with that. I'm completely not interested in the console, really, like at all. Not into the Kinect. I never have been. I never will be, as far as I can tell. And if I get anything, it'll probably be a PS4. But I don't really want that badly right now either.
I own both of the consoles. Oh, apparently the Wii U is actually. Thank you, Elucidated, for this. As of New Year's 2013. So January 1st, 2014, basically. Wii U has shipped about 6 million units worldwide. So it might be ahead of the Xbox One still, with a year's head start, admittedly, but still much better than I expected. But I own both consoles, and it's way too early for a verdict on like which one's won. But I do think the PS4 is winning, not just in sales, which is like basically objective, I guess, but in terms of like the amount of time that I want to spend with the console.
Right.
Like 2014 on the PS4 so far has seen like Infamous, not my kind of game, but I've been watching Kate play a decent amount of it, and it looks amazing at the very least. Also, Mercenary Kings on PS Plus, which is not that big of a deal. And that's about it, to be honest with you. But then on the Xbox One, you have Titanfall, which is already coming out on PC, which is why that was kind of like a non-entity for me. And Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare and Kinect Sports Rivals. So I've been spending a lot more time with the PS4, but it is still basically kind of like a big screen TV Netflix machine for me right now. I've been playing Trials on it too, but
I would probably play Trials. I don't know.
It's
like,
on Xbox One too, though. To be fair, so
right. I'm more interested, and I kind of want to do this off camera when I get a chance. But I want to see what the Xbox 360s and the PS3s first year life cycle was, like all the games that came out for it, and kind of compare and contrast like how it is this year for them.
Excuse me? First off, awesome URL to subscribe. Up, down, to the side. Welcome to the Lion Pride. But maybe Nick can shed more light on this, because I don't know if you were working at GameSpot at the time around the console launches, but from my understanding, it was basically like one of my friends got the 360, and for like 6 months I watched him play Need for Speed Most Wanted or Underground, the second iteration of Underground or something like that, with the one that had the host of Ease Wild on as one of the like characters, Brooke Burke. Yeah, and she would be like, hey, let's be honest. It was basically like, oh, fuck you if you win this race. And he's like, oh, shit, that's awesome. And then on the PS3, I mean, eventually on the 360, like Oblivion came out and people were
I think that was
that
was the big turning point, because I remember I think I got my 360 around the time of Oblivion, and then that was cool because I can sink easily like over 100 hours into like that single game. Don't really have to wait for too much on the horizon after that.
I got my 360 for Guitar Hero 2, I will say. But and then on PS3 it was
that's a reasonable version.
It was just MotorStorm and Resistance for a while, right?
Yeah, it was basically just Resistance. I don't even remember MotorStorm really showing up for a while. Like I think it kind of garnered some goodwill over time, but at first it was just sort of there on the shelf.
I don't know. I think MotorStorm was pretty. I think people liked that about it, and that was just kind of like fast. It sold well at the GameStop that I worked at.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was all just like my GameStop was selling Wiis like nonstop all day, every day, and that's all anything was. It was all Wiis. You know, Wii Fit, Wii, whatever the hell, Wii Sports. Do you have a copy of Wii Sports? I broke mine. No, we don't. Get out.
Even like after like the 360 and the PS3 is just all about when's your next shipment of Wii's coming in, and how can I get my hands on your Wii?
You let people talk to you like that?
Yeah, of course. I
really wanted my Wii.
Always right. They want to get on the Wii. Then who am I to say no?
Really Dry Meat Curtains. Thank you for that subscription. It's a good name. I'm at this point with the consoles where I'm like, the next wave of like games, like after launch, the next game that they were both kind of hyping up has come out. It was Titanfall for the one and Infamous for the PS4. Both of them totally fine, but I don't know kind of what I'm waiting on now. Like, I find myself more excited about the PS4 stuff because there's a huge slate of upcoming indies on it. Sports Friends, I'm super psyched for now. Yeah. Anything when I get like a PR person talking to me or an indie developer and they're like, hey, we have PS4 and PC codes. Normally I was like, I'll just take a PC code, but now I'm a total ass about it, and I'm like, can I have one of each? Because I really like playing things on the PS4, and I like that it has a huge indie lineup, but I don't know what I'm waiting for on the Xbox One now. That's just the position that's in, but I don't know. Well, maybe we'll see.
I like console gamings. I like just sit back, relax in my big comfy chair, and play it on the big screen as opposed to sitting here. And obviously I play on like my my controls or Xbox 360 controller, but it's not the same. I'm looking at like a much smaller screen and not in just kind of like in my computer chair. Something about just kind of sitting down playing a console game that kind of like gets you. It's like a different mentality for me. It's weird, but it is.
And I just use my NVIDIA Shield.
How's that working out for you?
It's sponsored by NVIDIA Shield.
Yeah, no, I just lifted it up like I was. It's fine. I'm getting a new router. So yeah, Rumble Muffin's super nice, and apparently had an old one he's sending me. So hopefully that'll make it run faster.
Really
my
nice.
router's too slow, so it doesn't stream well. But the system's great. I mean, it does what it says it does. So
I would be totally down with that, actually. Is it like Steam streaming is in beta still, right? Too. So like there is
it doesn't support everything.
There is theoretically a chance that I could just like stream my Steam games directly to my TV, or do I have to get like a box for the TV that I hook it up to? Because that would be the ideal way for me to play in like big picture mode.
Well, the Shield actually has an HDMI out, so presumably you can just link it to your TV and just use it like a Steam box, I guess.
That's really cool, actually. And actually, I should say, not to slight the PS4, or to make sure I'm not slighting the PS4, they did also have Final Fantasy XIV come out for it, and apparently it's really good. It's the highest rated PS4 game I think it's come out so far. Except for maybe Flower, but It's one of those ones where it has like a 90 on Metacritic, but you're like, doesn't really count because it came out on PS3 like a long time ago.
Yeah.
I know it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I like both of them, but I like the PS4 more for now.
Excuse me?
I mean, it's gotten me to the point, by the way. It's Justice OTI. Thank you for the subscription as well. It's gotten to the point where, like, on the PS4, I will just, like, peruse the upcoming list of games like it's a toy store catalog and I'm 8 years old. And I'm like, oh, MLB The Show's coming out soon. I don't even like baseball, but I'm probably going to buy that because I like playing stuff on the PS4. And there's nothing else right now. But
Wow.
Fair enough.
PC is still knocking it out of the park. Keep it together.
Yeah, PC forever.
Exactly. Keeping it real, not giving a... Exactly.
Yeah.
You guys feel an aversion to swearing when you're on camera? I don't know why it feels more real now.
Shit.
Nah, I'm
No.
fine with it.
Fuck.
I'm all right with it.
Cunt
Fuck.
blisters.
Did you say cunt blisters?
I wanted to see if I could take it to the next level and still be
Yeah,
comfortable
you
with
did.
it.
I like
I
that.
had to test
A
it.
little
All right.
higher than I expected.
The waters have
Excuse
been
me?
officially tested.
Rideloads Tooth just subscribed as well. I remember you from Twitter. Up, down, to the side. Welcome back to the Lion Pride. What else do we have for news? We've got 2 stories down in half an hour.
Yeah, we got the tiny build situation also, which I think you probably know way more than I do about. But apparently they had a Kickstarter for Jet Getters that they canceled because they did something better.
Yeah, tiny build, cool dudes they made. No Time to Explain, which I thought was okay. And I think you guys played that too.
Yep. Yeah.
I still haven't.
Okay.
It's okay.
I think it's okay. And then they publish speedrunners. They're kind of like a indie publisher / developer. So they were doing a Kickstarter for this new game called Jet Getters, which is like the grappling hook and like pulling people out of airplanes mechanic from Just Cause 2 mixed with like Mario Kart. So it looked kind of neat, but it was really early. And then at PAX East, they got a publishing deal. So they canceled their Kickstarter. And what was really cool is they upped all backers to the $51 tier. So if you backed the game, I think even if it was for like $1 or something like that, they upped you to the $51 tier. I don't know what the $51 tier gets you, but that's a pretty cool move on their part.
For sure.
It's a bunch of dollars, so it's probably something good.
Yeah.
Down all around,
Congratulations.
welcome Charles Oberon to J Smithtown. Yeah, did you guys get a chance to play it at PAX?
Did you?
Yes, I did. I played it with Uno. It was just like an early alpha. Like there was no mission objectives. There was no anything.
Yeah.
It was a pretty game, and you can grapple from one plane to another. It was pretty cool because every once in a while you'd have to like be constantly shooting to know like where the other person was. It was just a split screen kind of co-op game.
Okay.
And I'd see like Uno shooting like crazy, and I'd like jump out of my plane and like latch onto his, and he'd fly me around for a while. But once it was pretty neat. But once you played about 5 minutes of that the demo that goes on forever, you kind of like you got it. And you're just like, all right, I like that. And I think the majority of the people that played it were just like, all right, I like that as well. But as for what there wasn't too much substance of the game as of yet, though.
Cool. Well, good for them. You know, it's a really good way to run a Kickstarter. I mean, or to deal with a Kickstarter after you get a publishing deal. I know, not to drudge up this whole mess again, but when Oculus got bought by Facebook, everyone was like, well, it would be really nice if Oculus like refunded the Kickstarter backers at least, because it's like literally 0.1% of the $2 billion that they got bought for. And they didn't, and they're under no legal obligation to do so, but it would probably be nice of them to do so. But yeah, tiny builds, they really strike me as a company that's like, you know, we're making money. I'm pretty sure that speedrunners and No Time to Explain do really well on Steam, especially No Time to Explain is in deals all the time, and everyone plays speedrunners and likes it a lot. So yeah, maybe they're just like, we can afford to do this, and this will get us positive buzz, and maybe it's a really cheap way to buy positive buzz, because they probably only ended up spending like another 10 grand or something as a result. I mean, they're not even spending it, because it's, you know, the drill. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that they actually took the initiative to engender a little bit of goodwill, because when it comes to Kickstarter, there seems to be a lot of frustration and just like, you know, things getting abandoned and leaving people away to just lose their money. So
Yeah.
this is kind of a nice reversal of that, and I appreciate that people are doing something like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, we agree. Tiny Build seem to be good guys. It's not necessarily an endorsement of Jet Getters. It's way too early, but good on them for doing that. And another Kickstarter news, we didn't talk about this pre-stream, but Choice Chamber, which we played on the stream
Excuse me?
a few weeks ago, also desecrated Kata-chan, up, down, to the side. Welcome to the Lion Pride. I apologize for my pronunciation. But the game that integrates with your Twitch stream so that you can put in a Twitch streamer's name, and then the chat gets to determine what items they get, what power-ups they get. Twitch not only backed up 25% of the funding level, it also got kickstarted to the point where it got a couple of stretch goals. And for a while, it was looking a little pessimistic, like it wasn't going to be made, and then it ended up reaching it. So, congrats to Magical Time Bean. Wait, no, that's the scapegoat. One Mr. Bean. Michael Molinari. I'm not good with names.
You're not even like saying words anymore. It's just like
I'm disappointed because I remember, but I get it confused with Ian Stoker, the scapegoat guy. But it's like one something. Anyway, we have other news.
Thank you, Charles Oberon, by the way, for the subscription. I appreciate it very much. What's our other news?
Josh, I thought you had a news piece.
Capcom invested $84 million.
Oh, in R&B.
Yeah,
on R&B.
Capcom made a big investment in the comeback of R&B superstar D'Angelo.
Yeah.
How does it feel? They invested like $78 million in R&D.
Just research and development. That's a ton of money, right?
Apparently, I followed the story on the games subreddit yesterday, and the people on that subreddit are really diligent, really good about looking into information. So they brought up like Capcom's financial information. Morning on, thank you for the subscription. And Capcom is apparently worth about $1 billion, and they have like $152 million in cash or something like that. So this would be about half of their cash, but it's going to be spread out over a few years. I'm not a business guy, so I don't know what that means for them, but what kind of I think it's a cool investment because Capcom's got some perception problems and also Dragarant up down to the side. Welcome to the Lion Pride, but they've got some perception problems, and I think it was highlighted by the reaction to this. I think Capcom has made some pretty bad games lately, but I don't think all of them have been pretty bad. Like DMC, I thought was pretty good, and Remember Me, I thought was ambitious but flawed, but ultimately pretty okay. And I'm trying to think of what else has come out for them over the past couple of years beyond like Resident Evil 6.
Lost Planet 3.
Oh,
Resident
yeah.
Evil 6, yeah.
Lost Planet 3 was a mess. That's true. So, yeah, I guess they don't have the greatest reputation anymore.
Street Fighter.
Yeah, the Street Fighter Cross Tekken, I think, has been a failure for them. But I don't know. I think if I were Capcom, I'd be like, if you can get Ninja Theory to make a DMC2, I think people are now over the fact that Dante's been redesigned, and maybe they'll be more open to actually pick up the game. Because I don't know about you, Nick. I thought you liked DMC a lot, though.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah,
I was also in the camp of being a little frustrated by the change, but I got over it, as all of us did.
Yeah, fair enough. And I think if they just like maybe focus on those quality games and maybe make like a new fighter instead of just not to say that Street Fighter 4 needs it from like a competitive meta standpoint. And of course, yes, Charles Oberon, thank you for completing the triumvirate here. But what I worry about, and what a lot of people in the comments there were worried about as well, is that it looks like they're maybe going for more. Oh, the other game they came out with recently that was really popular was Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter 3.
Of course.
But
that's a big one.
Yeah, the game subreddit is saying that they're rapidly growing the mobile content too.
That's exactly what I was trying to get at. And, you know, as like a core gamer, that doesn't really appeal to me all that much. I do wish Capcom the best, though. I think they've done some decent work recently, and hopefully this ends up panning out in a way beyond just like microtransaction-laden, iOS games, basically.
Yeah. I'm just worried that they're going to go and make like 5 more Resident Evils because they can. Also, thank you to Rainbow
sell, but I don't know. I don't even know it. Did 6 sell that well?
That's what I was going to suggest. Is like I'm talking about DMC, and I'm like they should make more games like DMC, and then probably Resident Evil 6 I outsold it like 2-1 or something like that, despite being not very good apparently.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Because people just buy it before they realize it's not good, and then they're angry about it.
Readlos toof up down all around. Welcome to Basement Down.
Apparently they can't do anything with Marvel versus Capcom because it's not
licensing
owned by
them.
The
licensing ended. Yeah. Right. Oh my God, I forgot about that. They like took a bunch of DLC down from the network store. Yeah. So like you just like can't buy it anymore.
But it would be cool
because the game's like 2 years old.
Yeah, right. It would be cool if they made like a Marvel style game or a Marvel style game but without Marvel characters. I don't know. Doubling down on Street Fighter Cross Tekken doesn't seem like the right move to me, but I'm not that entrenched in the fighting game community, so I don't know. But if they came out with a Street Fighter 5, I would play the shit out of it. And I know that people that are really into the fighting game community are going to say that that's like sacrilege, because I know Street Fighter 4 is still super popular. But
yeah, I don't think they'd come out with Street Fighter 5 just yet.
They've only made 4 or 5 re-releases of the game, right? Like they've got 6 or 7 more of those to go.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's still some longevity left in the Street Fighter franchise before they break off into something new.
We'll see. Yeah. Do we have any other news?
That's about it for now.
Now.
All right. Well, why don't we take like a 2-minute break? Pretty Princess Kitty Sloot. I'm going to change that. Pretty Princess Kitty's Loot. It's like a little cat grab bag full of doubloons. Up, down, to the side. Welcome to the Lion Pride. We're going to take a 2-minute break. If you want to get in your fan mail questions, that's what we'll be covering when we get back. Go to or send an email to nlssfanmail@gmail.com. I'm going to be going through those emails during our ad break here and trying to figure out what we're going to talk about during that. And then when we come back from that section, we'll be playing Aladdin on the Super Nintendo. Sorry to all the Genesis fans who angrily tweeted me about that when I tweeted about it earlier today. Finishing up with some seeded Binding of Isaac runs. Hope you've enjoyed the first section of the stream so far. We'll be back in 2 minutes with some fan questions and comments. And, feel free to send us your comments on what you think of today's news stories as well. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
See you guys.
Doodle-doo, doodle-doo.
2 minutes.
Well timed.
I actually hit 3 minutes by accident, so.
Uh-huh.
Oh no! What are we gonna do for a whole minute?
Me too.
I'll have to vamp.
Sure. All right. Let's look up some fan questions. We got 108 emails here.
We gotta figure out the ratio of good to bad questions.
Yes.
6.9%.
Emerson sent me a message which basically told me to put all of the faces here instead of just
That's what
two
I have
faces.
on my stream.
That's a really smart idea, probably. Herg sent me a question.
Okay.
Okay, actually, this is a really good question. I like this. This is the first time I've ever sought fit to use the star function in Gmail.
Oh, dude, I use the star function all the time. It's great.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know, because anytime that someone sends me like an email for like with a code or review or request or some sort of game, a star is so I can come back to it easy
That's
later
a
on.
really good idea.
It only took you 3 years and me to figure that out.
I'm trying to find a good background for this. I'm gonna make like a proper placard now that I know what this is about.
I think that went pretty well.
I agree.
Like lush rainforests that open
Glad
up
to
at
hear it.
craggy coves, secret surf spots, and the best public golf resort in
I'm just
America.
going through these questions
Best
right
of all,
now.
every inch is free and open to the public.
So I changed my heart emote to OTI heart. And so like every now and everyone's just like, all right, let's do a heart attack.
Oh, it's a heart attack!
Yeah,
I like that.
really good.
Use stampedes and heart attacks.
I know, it's crazy. I love it.
Lies the Columbia River Gorge. Indians revered it. Lewis and
I'll
Clark
star that
explored it.
question.
Pioneers braved it. And
Hey
Columbus
now,
found the
you're an
largest
all-star.
national
Hey,
in the
that's
country,
true.
Which means it's yours to climb, camp, swim, sail, and wade for another couple
Why don't you
of
talk
years
about the
at
Gate
least.
more? The Gate is a really cool guy and deserves all the things. He is probably the best fan that you scums
Yeah.
ever had. Kappa, P.S. I am 100% not the
Better
Gate.
yet, see them all.
The Gate is a guy who thinks he's fly, also known as a busta.
I really wish that I could turn off the sound from the ads.
You could if you just use the slider.
No, the slider doesn't work, man.
Dude, the slider doesn't work.
Slider doesn't work.
It works fine.
I think it works fine.
What is this? Is an ad for? Wait, let me see. Brick Mansions. You guys want to see that?
Is
Oh, I
Rick
thought it was
Mansions
just like a
someone's name?
lifestyle.
Brick Mansions stars Paul Walker, apparently.
Texas
Oh.
Ranger.
Yeah,
Nah, I
Paul
don't
Walker,
think I'll.
Texas
I don't think
Ranger.
I'll watch that.
Yeah, you don't think so?
No. I feel it's. I don't know. I mean, I guess I shouldn't feel weird about like watching people that are dead, like do movies.
Maybe you
They watch
should, if you think
people
about
that are
it.
dead all the time. I guess. Like old movies have a bunch of dead people in them,
That's true.
but they came out before they died, not after.
I guess, if you have to get technical, you're right about that. Well, we are back. Let's see if does it still work? It still works, and Broforce is still playing again. That's
Neat.
cool. All right, so I'm going to go over some questions here that were nice enough to be sent to nlssfanmail@gmail.com. Don't hesitate to send your comments and questions in there. We're going to start with an email from Jacob Sr., and he's talking about the 90s alt-rock Skylanders game that we talked about a little bit earlier on in the stream. And he says, perhaps a more viable alternative to Durstlanders, it's a great name, would be a MOBA including everyone's favorite 90s, 2000s alt-rock personalities such as Fred Durst, Scott Stapp, and Chad Kroeger of Nickelback. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, he just says thoughts, and I don't really know what to say. You pretty much nailed it. Seems perfect to me. Let's talk about this. What would be Fred Durst's ultimate if you had the choice? Starting with you,
in what game?
Josh. In Dota, what would be Fred Durst's R ability, his ultimate?
He breaks stuff, maybe.
That's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, he packs a chainsaw and he skins your ass raw. That's actually his ultimate.
I'm thinking like his third ability would be a passive, and it would be My Way, which just gives him, every time you level it up, he gets like a 4% movement speed bonus.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, he needs something that like it's like an adrenaline shot. Because what is
slams his red cap on, and then he runs 3 times faster.
He turns it backwards, maybe.
That could be.
He gets in like a ball. This is his cue. It's a stun. It's a targeted stun. He gets in a ball and does roll in at the enemy. And if he hits them, they get knocked down for like 1.5 seconds.
I really like that.
All right, there you go. Well, then we need to think of a name for the game, but maybe we should still call it just Durstlanders. I think that works okay.
Yeah, Durstlanders fine.
Thank you, Jacob Sr., for that. How about this one? We'll send this one to Nick first. This is from Benjamin Williams, and a pretty good synopsis of all of the emails that I seem to be getting sent here on Gmail. Dear Northernlion and Co., how do you ever find the time to poop? And when you do, isn't it stressful and rushed? I'm honestly concerned. Love, Smooth Skin Solo.
Yeah, you don't find time for that. It's part of the way the job works. You honestly just can't anymore. You have to make that decision to just let that part of your life go. So once every 6 months, you just have to get surgery to have it removed. Yeah,
I just take a day off a couple times a year and just go into the proctologist and have like a Chris Farley-sized turd removed from my duodenum.
It's awful. If you wait too long, you poop back out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Nobody poops out of their mouth, okay? We went over this.
YouTubers do because they don't poop anymore.
And every time I talk about this, I get people that are like, "It's real," but nobody ever sends me a link to like a New England Journal of Medicine. It's always like,
I found you the link. I sent it to you on Skype. You just refused to look at it.
I don't open things on Skype.
I know.
In all sincerity,
I've seen that.
Though, Josh, are you a quick pooper or a long pooper?
Cool. Usually quick. Sometimes medium if I have my phone handy.
All right. What's your reasoning? What's the impetus for a quick poop? Why quick poop?
No, I'm just sometimes I'm in, I sit, it all falls out, and I'm like, well, like I could just sit here, but I don't necessarily want to. So
you don't relish the idea of a break like that, a midday break.
I got my break. All day is a break.
I guess it's a good point. All right. Well, thank you, Benjamin Williams. I'm pretty confident that you did not think that question was going to be read. Thank you nonetheless. Ryan, this is from Jake Brown. You never gave me a shout out when I subscribed to you months and months ago, and I've had a recurring subscription ever since. Still no shout out. My Twitch username is Mr. T Stole My Bike. I expect a welcoming into the Lion Pride. Up, down, to the side. Welcome to the Lion Pride. Again, Mr. T Stole My Bike. I like your dance, Nick.
That was the up, down, to the side.
Let's send this one over to Josh. This is from a high-tech Jorsh. That's if Goofy said your name. High-tech Jorsh. Gorsh, it's Jorsh. And Fred Dorsht. How hyped are you for Dark Souls 2 to come out this week? Also, will you be doing PvP streams and whatnot?
Yes!
Arms. Look at the arms.
Everywhere. Oh my god, that's
like an arm monster.
Yes, Dark Souls 2 on PC is going to be fantastic. I'm just excited for the NLSS. You know, everyone's going to get sick of Dark Souls 2, but I don't care because we're just going to enjoy it. Hopefully, we could do like a lot of like one PvP between ourselves, but even like co-op stuff too. Yeah. So if like we throw down summon signs, you'll be able to pick those up.
I vote we all get butterfly wings and fly around together.
You gotta be at like New Game +7. Although you could just use aesthetics.
You'd beat the game in 58 minutes. It takes what, like 1 day to do that?
I can't do that.
The good news is that for Dark Souls 2's release, they've added that ring where you can just put like the god on it, and then you only see summon signs from the gods on. Don't show me your chocolate starfish, Nick.
That's the ring.
They've showed me, or you put the name of the god, and then you only see summon signs. You're only shown summon signs from people who also put that god on. Mind you, with probably like 100,000 people playing it on the first day, that's still going to mean that you maybe have like 4,000 signs, but I'm sure we'll be able to play with each other most. And we're going to play it forever as well.
Yeah.
Aaron Richards says, dudes, you're wrong. This is about Fred Durst in video games. Durst was in SmackDown Just Bring It as an unlockable when you beat 20 peeps with The Undertaker in Slobber Knocker mode.
That's the one I heard. That's the one.
No way.
Is that really how you do it? You beat 20 people with The Undertaker in Slobber Knocker mode? Or is that a real thing?
Slobber Knocker mode. That's a real thing.
I can't tell if you're being serious or if you're fucking with me right now.
No, I'm being serious.
Okay. Well, he says, get it right next time, scums. I'll try.
We were right. He's in Fight Club. What was the other game?
SmackDown, Just Bring It.
SmackDown, Just Bring It. Fred Durst. Yep.
Like, if there's a chance, I'm gonna figure out how to play that because I need to figure it out.
He's there.
Yeah?
So, yep. All right.
Is it actually called Slobber Knocker mode? Because I got an email literally right now that just said, actually, it's Gauntlet mode.
It's probably the same thing.
Slobber Knocker is Gauntlet.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's like you never watch wrestling or something.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Fred Durst has been in Fight Club, WWF Raw, and WWF SmackDown. Just Bring It.
Really?
And WWF Attitude because you can make him in it.
Gonna throw this out there. WWF SmackDown, Just Bring It, and WWF Raw both have PC releases.
They're like...
I'm in for Raw.
It's from like 01 in 2002.
Will they play on Windows 7?
Maybe. You can throw it in like compatibility mode.
Yeah.
I'll make him work. Yeah.
Nick will make it work.
Nickelback.
Nick will make it work.
Trying to look at some of these other questions. Whatever happened to the Crustables sponsorship for the NLSS? I think you seem to be confused, Robbie Wells. Crustables is just a normal sandwich. That's just... Every sandwich is able to crust, for the most part.
Well, but Crustables would just be everything is crusted. So they'd be like having the ends of the bread, heels, and they'd put the sandwich in between there. So you got the two heels and the peanut butter and jelly, and put that. That would be a whole Crustable,
excuse
right?
me?
That's not what I got out of it. I was thinking if you cut all the crusts off of about 10 different slices of bread and mashed them all together and made them into like a fine sheet and then use that as both sides of the sandwich.
But is it a fine sheet of the going around the crust, just the heel of a bread anyway?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Well,
I like where your head's at, though, Nick.
All right, thanks.
as always, I'm legitimately open to ironic sponsorships for the NLSS. So if you work in a marketing capacity for a company that would gain absolutely no benefit from giving us money or products, by all means get in touch with me, because I would love to be sponsored by like Meineke. That would be very
me
fitting.
too, because like my last name makes sense with that.
Exactly true. Or maybe like, I don't know, like Abreva, like cold sore medication or something like that. I think would be a really cool fit for us.
What about Icy Hot?
Nah, because my back gets a little sore from sitting in the computer chair 20 hours a day.
Maize Corn could sponsor us, maybe. Up, down, all around. Welcome Maize Corn to J Smith 10. Thank you very much.
Kinda did, no way.
Here's a good question from Veritan. Okay, so you guys talked about Capcom games. Tell me, what do you think of Dragon's Dogma? P.S. That game is badass. Thank you, Veritan, for the question. Did anyone play Dragon's Dogma?
It's been on my list for quite a while since I heard it was compared to Dark Souls, and I just never got around to it.
I played about 2 or 3 hours of Dragon's Dogma, whatever edition that came out last year. Director's edition, something like that. And it always gets compared to Dark Souls, and I can see the comparison. But the stopping point for me is that Dragon's Dogma is very traditionally RPG with respect to its story and cutscenes and kind of like the quests that you have. Like you start out the game and you go to a town and they're like, in order to convince me to become one of your fighters, you have to fix these bridges for me. And I'm like, well, okay.
Jeff Bridges?
I wish. It was actually Beau Bridges starring in Free Willy 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't I always thought it was more like a The Witcher or maybe like an Oblivion or something.
You know what? I think the Witcher comparison is maybe a little bit more apt from the little bit that I played.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad game, but when I got the copy, I played it for a little while and I basically emailed Capcom and was like, I'm not gonna do a video on this because it just doesn't really resonate with me. It's got a huge cult following. I don't know how well it does sales wise, but yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone would be like, don't make another Dragon's Dogma, Capcom. Maybe like, don't make another Resident Evil Outbreak Raccoon City.
Yeah, that.
But
don't do that.
Yeah, or what is it? Resident Evil Revelations. How many?
Either one.
Now that I think about it, since the time that I've started like doing YouTube, there have been like 6 or 7 Resident Evil games. There's been like,
and many of them are not in the main story arc. They're just offshoots.
There's been 6 Revelations, Operation Raccoon City, and then like Outbreak. I can't even remember.
The one on the boat that they took from DS then up-res to PC.
Yeah, that was on 3DS and then came out on PC and consoles. I forgot. That might be Revelations.
Might be
2012. I can't remember.
Love that game.
Cool. So yeah, again, thank you for the question. Game. Sorry, none of us know anything really about.
Is it on PC? If it's on PC, I'll download it. But
I thought Dragon's Dogma was on PC.
I want to say yeah, but I don't know.
You can check.
All right. Well, maybe if it's on there, I'll go get it later. Hit my mic also.
It's Justice asks, "Are you going to VidCon this year?" And I think the answer is unanimously no. I would like to go to VidCon. It's just too many conventions, basically. Oh well. Matthias Lilich asks, and this one's for Nick, have you played Mugenics at PAX East? If so, how do you feel about it? This is a good one for you.
I played it. Spent about 10 minutes on it or so. I got like part of a guided demo from Tommy for a minute, and we were just kind of talking, and there wasn't a whole lot to see at the point that I was at with the game. It was just kind of like arranging some furniture. You got your 2 cats, they start humping. Basically, the cat gives birth, and there's more cats, they all start humping, and then they give birth, and you just have this huge pile of cats. And then you start pulling them apart and trying to move them around. Some of them die in there. It felt like there wasn't a lot of structure going on just yet, but it's not like I'm saying this to like put the game down. It just was like a really early demo. So I'm not sure that PAX was necessarily the best way to show the game off either, because it's kind of a complex thing, and the amount that they had to take out to kind of serve being in a public place while having people around you all talking at the same time, I don't think it did the game a good service, in my opinion. What do you think, Josh?
I think you can surmise like a pretty good idea of like what the game is all about. I agree with you that it didn't seem too complete, or it seems like it's at an early stage, or at least the build that we are playing. The cool thing about it, we got to play in the Steam controller. Steam controller is interesting.
That was neat. Yep.
Yeah, I liked playing on that. I think there was 2 games that I played with the Steam controller. Yeah, there was one over by Game Design Dan. I forget the game name, but they also had a Steam controller. It takes a while to get used to. Once you do, you kind of understand it. But I think right now I prefer 360, but I'm not spending too much time on that. Mugenics, cool idea. You got your cats, they start humping, all is well. More cats come either from outside or from spawning.
Oh, so there's like cats, like nomadic cats.
Just showing up at the door, and you can just pull them in your house if you want them.
Yeah. So you keep them. There's a cat fighting game that you do, and it's kind of like a Pokemon style game where you have like 3 moves and you can use them at certain points throughout the fight. And it kind of goes along through, I guess, like a punch out. It's like the first thing that you fight against is like Glass Paw, I believe the cat's name was.
I did see that reference, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was randomized. I didn't know it was the same ones every time.
I think it's the same ones, because the dude before me had the same cat that he fought first. Your cats that you fight with are different, but the first cat is always kind of like in that punch out mode. And then that's basically it. The game crashed for me at the end of it, but there was a lot of people around that were just looking at it, and they all seemed pretty bummed that it. Oh, there's the please give cat cam.
There he is.
Ruka.
Yeah, it was nice. It was interesting. I'm glad I played it, but there wasn't too much to do.
Ruka,
it just made me really want to play it at home and see more about it.
Ruka heard you talking about Mugenics, and now he wants to be a part of the stream. You can tell he's very happy about it. Right? How do you feel about Mugenics, Ruka?
Wow.
Don't eat my heads. Okay, get out of here. He's very sleepy right now. Ruka, that camera angle made you look like a very overweight kitty. That's a fat kitty.
That's fat kitties.
Fat kitties.
I didn't play it, but I watched it for like 5 minutes. And it looked like I had no idea what was going on. It's early. I have faith. I just don't know. Like, I didn't know what was happening. So I can't really comment on that, and that's okay. Good for them for showing it off. I'm glad.
Yeah.
It does make me think though when they're like we're ready to show it off. I'm like, man, what did this look like 2 months ago?
Right.
But it looks.
Well,
cool.
I heard somewhere that features were taken off for the PAX demo, so people didn't find themselves in dead ends and screwing up the game and having it crash more, because it crashed a couple times just when I was watching it.
Yeah,
That's normal.
there's a few different modes that you play. The only one that you could play though was the cat fighting game. I forget what the other ones were.
There
You
was
could go
a
to the
dress up one,
Yeah.
some kind of like a, I don't know, modeling thing for cats. I didn't see that though.
Yeah. It wasn't available in the demo, but it was on the sign that you could go into different places with. And there's a shop that you could buy cat food from, too.
Well, this is a very important question for you, Nick.
Okay.
Playing off of Thursday's stream. Hey, Ryab, Josh, and Nick. This is from Patrick Hoffman. He says, any news on Nick's water situation? He's genuinely concerned.
All right, so I'll drop a link at some point here. I actually made a video. I've had people just like amateur water experts diagnosing my water problem, and it's got some scum on top of it. I'm not gonna lie. I've stopped drinking it for now, and we have to get it tested and figure out what's up with it. But yeah, it's not right. Something wrong about it. Some people have said that it's parts of the pipes breaking down in there, and I honestly have no idea. I don't know about water. It's weird.
That's
I hope
pretty-
your
I did
pipes
experiments. Yeah, I'm not happy about it. Let me get the video. I'll post it in chat.
Yeah.
It's pretty messed up. By the way, thank you to all the people who are saying, hey, why don't you just move like one of the cameras into that space on the middle? That makes a lot of sense. We kind of threw this together in a quick rush, and there's like a webcam size space in the middle of the other two webcams. Makes a lot of sense to just put another one there. My bad.
If we could figure out, because what Skype does is that it rotates and switches all the webcams.
It doesn't
around.
for me. That's a you thing.
I don't understand. Then I don't know.
I have grabs on all three of them, so I just have everybody up, and it works.
Yeah,
All right.
same
Just-
here.
Just Josh thinks can't figure it out.
Excuse me?
Because I only have the two. I have me, and then you guys switch out whoever's talking.
Kaiser Levin just subscribed. Up, down to the side. Welcome to the Lion Pride. Andre Martins asks, and maybe this is the last question we'll take before we move on to the gameplay portion of the stream. Hi, Northernlion. I would like to know what is your opinion, and all of our opinion, on Patreon, and if you are considering using it. Thanks, Andre. I'm not considering using Patreon right now, but basically my feeling on Patreon is like, if you can convince your audience to pay you to do what they like to watch, then by all means, I mean, why not do it? Especially if you can't support yourself just on the traditional model of like ad revenue. What's cool about models like this is that, you need like at least several 100,000 or a few million views per month to go full time on YouTube basically and be relatively sustainable doing it. And each one of those people that views you is worth like a fraction of a cent or maybe a couple cents each. But if those people get like $15 of entertainment out of you and they're willing to pay you $15 a month, then that makes up for like, another 5,000 people watching you. So, if they're willing to pay disproportionately more because they enjoy your content that much, that allows people who otherwise would not be able to make a lot of content to make more content. So whenever I see people getting like salty about people making money on Patreon, I'm like,
Yeah.
their fans are paying them, and it's not like just a donation thing. They get legitimate backing rewards, and they're allowed to keep doing their job. So, yeah, I mean, the people who think that the ad revenue model is like default the best, I think, is maybe just due to the fact that it is default right now. But anyway, that's what I think about Patreon, even though I'm not using it right now. But sure, Josh.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, Nick, why don't you go ahead?
I actually started one. I just haven't actually put anything on it. So, it's something that I'm pretty seriously considering doing. And it seems like some people might be interested in helping out. So if that's the case, then that's huge.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. If people don't like it, they don't like it, and they don't have to contribute. So win-win.
All right. Well, if that's all we have to say about that, I guess we'll move on to the Aladdin portion of the stream. Thanks for joining us on our weird little test here. It seems like feedback on it has been really cool, so I'm happy you guys have enjoyed it so far. We'll be back in a few minutes here to play some Aladdin on the Super Nintendo with the camera still here. But for now, see you in a minute, and thanks for joining us so far.
See ya.
There you go. I ran another 3 minutes.
Cool. Samesies.
Alrighty then.
Yep.
I'd say that went pretty well.
I'd say that went pretty well.
A good
I like it a whole bunch.
proof of concept.
Mount Hood
Could I get a link to Nick's water?
Oregon.
Can I get much links?
I actually put it in the chat, by the way, already. on mine.
But it's also
Let's remove all this shit right here.
It's lavender
Do I have 2 Skype windows? I do have 2 Skype windows there.
It's all these things and more
Get that out of there.
I like the epic look Josh keeps doing, like looking off into the distance.
What?
You didn't even realize you were doing it. You were just like looking majestically off into the distance or something.
I have two monitors.
I know.
I keep things on both.
Ghost towns.
Aladdin.
Yeah, Aladdin.
It's not in my legal Super Nintendo folder for some reason.
Oh, that's a problem.
Check your downloads folder.
We could play Super Castlevania 4.
We could. I like that game. I would play it more.
It's
I'll
really
probably play it
good.
on stream, actually.
It's a really good game. Made by really, really horrible people.
I don't think that's
This
true.
NLSS not sponsored by Capcom.
That's
I
Konami.
don't think they're horrible at all.
Fuck
This
Konami.
NLSS not sponsored by Konami either.
The deepest lake in America, which is only about 2 hours from Ashland.
Yeah, there's just nothing in the folder, huh? Oh, you know what?
Did you grab the right file?
I got the NES version
If you're coming this way,
The NES.
for my
That's the
Super
problem.
Nintendo.
Don't do that. You can't do
I didn't
that.
even know that. I didn't even know there was.
I never played the Super Nintendo version.
You played the Genesis version.
I was the Genesis Master Race version. Yeah.
volcano, which blew
I liked it.
pieces and left
Did
a
you?
giant hole that rained
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I'm not surprised, quite frankly, because it's a pretty good game. Ruka, what are you doing down there?
which is only
You're the
about 2
saltiest
hours
cat
from
today.
Ashland in the Oregon Shakespeare Festival.
Is it really?
He's been salty.
He's been salty for his whole life, really, but I love him anyway.
I think it's
Well-
because on Kate's stream, she did cat cam, and then when Ruka,
Yeah.
wasn't into it, she got Tomo, and Tomo was like, "Fuck yeah, center of attention." I
This
like
is
this
my
a lot.
chance.
Yeah, and then so Kate was like, "Oh, Tomo, you're so cute," blah blah blah, and then now Ruka's like, "What the fuck? Why does this guy get all the attention?"
He had a chance. He blew it.
That's my thinking, but cats.
He'll get another chance.
Cats are dumb, man.
In the country.
Cats be tripping.
Yours to climb, camp,
Hey, shout out to Jemmy Spawns. Thank you so much for the donation. Donated $25. I really, really appreciate that.
Woohoo!
you'll soon understand
Thank you.
it's one of the
Hearts for
7
you.
wonders of Oregon. See one.
All right,
Better
so we
yet,
get.
see them all.
Oh, hello. This is made by Capcom. We should have known that.
Probably.
You gonna give it a shot?
Yeah.
I'm up for it. What's up with freaking GoDaddy telling me I need to renew my website shit? It's not done until the end of June. Like, chill out. We've got months yet.
You got Mung yet?
That's when you push down on the pregnant lady's belly and green stuff comes out.
That's kinda disgusting.
What? You didn't know that's a thing?
Nah.
It's pretty gross.
You probably never push down on like a lot of pregnant ladies' bellies. You should start.
Well, we are back from ads.
I want a game start and not start like pushing down on pregnant bellies.
Do you want to play
See
Aladdin?
what comes out.
I didn't change the game name yet, so allow me to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still getting used to the screen capture stuff. I got cat hair all over my face now. Now remember, it's
cat hair.
Disney's Aladdin. Done. All right. And let me make sure the volume's okay. You guys got it going here? How much have you played
Yeah.
the Super Nintendo version of Aladdin?
0.
0. Wow. I played a little bit, but I was never good at it.
How far have you gotten? Have you ever beaten the game?
No, I've gotten to like the flying carpet section with the lava behind you.
That's hard, man. That's a very...
That's early in the game, right? It's like
It's
level 3 or
it's
something.
early-ish, but it's a difficult
gonna
part of
start?
the game as well. Yeah, okay. Give me a second here.
Sorry, I got the demo going right now.
All right, Ruka, don't fight Tomo behind the screen, please.
Actually,
I got Disney's Aladdin up on the screen. Are we ready to go to game start?
there's like a weird black bar at the top of my screen. I guess I'll just deal with it.
Whoa, black bar, down, ba down. Whoa, this feels more like the commentary I'm used to. So we'll go.
All right, I'm ready.
Wonderful. Oh god, I minimized XSplit and it decided that was not something I should do, but I wanted to be able to see Twitch chat in the background.
I love Twitch chat.
I don't know what I've done now. You got to give me a second for
Aladdin.
these technical difficulties. Is this still
Chat.
working out here?
It's not. It's Aladdin chat. Come on.
Is it? It's
Excuse
Paula.
me?
Oh, there it is. U.S. Agent 88 subscribed. Up, down to the side. Welcome to the Lion Pride. What I will do, I apologize for the false starts here. I was going to quickly pop out Twitch chat. Like so. And then get my legal Super Nintendo there.
You just do whatever you gotta do.
And then XSplit. And then we're good to go. Okay,
Yeah.
I can see it.
We'll be here for you, man. Whenever.
Wonderful. Shall we start playing Aladdin on the Super Nintendo finally?
Yeah, I'm bouncing
shall.
off this guy in the window.
You're already in the game.
I'm on like the first screen.
You don't wait for people, Josh. That's your problem.
You take forever, so I just wanted to give the.
Can you hang out with the monkey? Can you, like, be friends with him?
You
Yeah,
can be friends with
he
whoever you want.
follows you.
I've begun the game, if that's okay.
All right.
I can't, like, pick him up, though, and, like, do fun stuff with him? Like, throw him up in the air?
What kind of fun stuff do you want to do with a monkey? That's how you get Ebola, Nick.
Yeah.
No, not that kind of fun. I just want to, like, play games with him or something.
Okay. This doesn't sound weird at all to you, Nick.
No.
All right.
All right.
I can't pick up this pot either?
No, you bounce on the pots and then you get
Oh,
things
yeah,
out of
you
them. It's just weird. Does it seem like my Aladdin game is running real slowly? Excuse
Yeah, mine
me?
feels that way a little, too.
Mine feels
Excuse
pretty
me? Well, Eric officially and Greg Butler just subscribed, so maybe they don't feel the same way. Up, down to the side, welcome to the Lion Pride.
I also just had Bloodlust Meh just subscribe. Thank you so much for the subscription.
I remember
Welcome
that
to
guy.
Rockbury.
He's not a big fan of the upgraded nuclear throne, apparently.
Oh.
Why's that?
Well, what I got, I negotiate with terrorists. Up, down, all around. Welcome to J. Smithtown.
You know what? I actually think this is running at a fine speed. It's just because we play so much Spelunky or something.
Yeah.
Here you go. Flip around.
Oh, I got a heart out of the chest.
Is there like a way that you could jump farther? Because there's like places where I feel like I could jump farther.
It's all timing, man.
I don't know about
This
that.
feels like Assassin's Creed sometimes. This is exciting.
It's not really Assassin's Creed, to be
like
honest.
the
with you.
original Assassin's Creed. And how
Yeah,
it
with
kinda
the parts with
floated.
the edges and the jumping across pegs, right?
The one,
There's a lot
the
of
one for
that.
Super Nintendo, you mean?
Yeah, the original.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
a scarab. Did you guys get the scarab?
Hell yes.
Of course I got the scarab. That means you get to play the slot machine at the end.
It's worth a bunch.
It's kind of
These
annoying how it
archers
just follows you.
Bro,
All right.
play games with him.
Are you playing with the
Alright.
genie here at the end? Did you beat the level? That's what I'm really curious
I just beat the level.
about. Okay. I'm on genie's break time.
It says
There
action.
once was a genie with a 10-foot weenie, and he showed it to the woman next door. She thought it was a snake, so she hit it with a rake, and now Genie's weenie's only 5'4".
Excuse
Okay.
me?
Genie's weenie.
Somebody just subscribed to you, apparently.
Somebody just subscribed to me.
Yeah, I heard you say excuse me, so...
No, I said excuse me. That was... I get it now. Very clever, Nick.
I love this guy.
I love this guy, too.
I can't believe that sometimes it actually works.
What? I'm,
I got a
I'm
one-up.
easily tricked, man. Now, just try this jump here. There are boss fights in this game. Get hype.
Is there?
Yeah.
I have to overclock my SNES? Wow.
Are you running at like 60 frames per second? I don't know, man, because sometimes my legal Super Nintendo runs games twice as fast as they're supposed to go, so we can't win speed skating in...
That was N64.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I got a scroll. Can I cast spells now?
You could put like $10 million into it and then lose that entire investment when Hearthstone comes out.
I knew that was where you were going.
Feel kind of bad because Scrolls is still a pretty good game.
Is it?
I didn't think it was that good.
Wow, okay. Mr. Positive over here, Nick, is thinking that it's not as good.
Just being honest.
Just being honest.
No
It's
offense or
Netflix.
anything. It didn't appeal to me, personally.
What about Gate?
Gate always appeals to me.
All right.
What's Gate?
He said the fence didn't appeal to him, but the
Oh,
Gate
the
does.
Gate. Yeah, the Gate thinks that's a good joke, Josh.
The Gate rarely speaks of himself in first person anymore. It really bums me out.
Well, yeah, he always used to say the Gate, the Gate, the Gate, and now it's just you should talk about the Gate some more, or like I think you're doing a good job. And I'm like,
You know,
well,
I called him on it on Twitter, and he was like, you know how hard it is to always talk about yourself in first person? I'm like, you know what, you're right.
Oh,
being
Not
honest.
very. I
yeah,
talk about myself in first person all the time.
I think you mean you mean third person.
No. Yeah, I do.
I think we all mean the third person here. How's your Aladdin
Yeah.
run going so far?
I'm stuck at the bottom of the world.
What do you mean you're stuck?
I'm on the city top level.
All right. I'm doing a pretty terrible job.
I'm getting ganked
I'm-
by these archers.
There's bread on the ground.
I totally
that-
missed out on the scarab as well.
I don't believe these guards. They don't even want to capture me. They just want to hit me with a barrel and laugh about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's their end game?
Like just mockery, basically. Nothing wrong with
A
that.
bunch of dicks.
I don't think they're dicks, Nick. I think they're just doing their job.
They kind of are.
What's their job?
Their job is to protect the palace guard.
He is the palace guard.
Or
They protect the guard?
No, okay, they protect the Sultan.
Oh god,
The
I've
Sultan
fallen
is
all
what?
the way down.
The
Not-
king of Crash.
The Sultan of Twat.
Oh.
That's a title I want to hold.
Citrus Peppercorn. Up, down, all around. Welcome to Days Down. Thank you very much for your subscription.
I am determined to win this because you have no idea how many hours I invested in the Super Nintendo.
Is this a race?
It's always whenever we play a game together,
always
it's
a race,
always a
Josh.
competition.
See, I was fucking around the first level.
Oh my god! Well, you're still gonna win, so I wouldn't sweat it too much.
Oh no, I almost fell off the world there. You have
He's
to
right about you winning. By the
you
way.
have to grab onto the tapestry and to slide down.
Oh, you're already that far?
You're not?
Oh,
just beat that.
I just got there.
Use
beat
your
the-
dagger to cut through the tapestry as you fall.
What is that?
Can
Like
you
a?
use daggers?
Is that an Assassin's Creed thing?
No, it's a Prince of Persia thing.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoy Prince of Persia in the Sands of Time.
I wanted to
I
ask
like
you
the
guys.
2008 one actually.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
with
okay.
Elika. It's not a popular opinion to hold, but I hold it anyway.
Is that Warrior Within?
No, that one's called
it's
Warrior
the
Within.
cel-shaded one.
Oh.
This one's just Prince of Persia. It's one of the like 3 or 4 games that are just called Prince of Persia.
Hey Josh.
It's good for marketing.
If you hold the R button, have you tried that yet?
No.
You should try that. See what happens. When you jump, hold the R button.
Hold on. I
Oh,
just
there's
want to.
bread in there. Yeah. Give me that bread. I like the level design of this.
Oh snap, son!
Pretty important, right?
Yeah.
All right. Some people in chat agree with you, by the way, Nick, about 2008 Prince of Persia.
Oh, sweet. I thought I was the only one. Glad to find that out.
But the real question is, do you like 2010 Prince of Persia, a.k.a. the movie starring Ben Kingsley?
Ben Kane.
Yeah, Ben Kane, you mean.
I wish it starred Ben
no.
Kane. That'd be pretty freaking cool.
It would be. I died on the boss.
Yeah, I'm going to be right there with you, literally
It had
right
Donnie
now.
Darko in it, didn't it?
Yeah, he played Prince of Persia. His
Yeah,
name's
I thought-
not Donnie Darko, though. Honestly, I find that a little bit offensive.
Donnie's a good actor. I think he's a good actor.
Did you see Samantha Darko?
No, is that his sister?
Yeah.
What did she do? Burn things down?
She starred
I
in
saw
the
the Dark
second
was
movie.
really good. Oh.
I don't remember if it was good, but I'm going to hazard a guess and say probably not.
Is it like the Butterfly Effect 2 with Ashton Kutcher without Ashton Kutcher?
You know, people always think that the Butterfly Effect 1 is a good movie, so I can't really join you on like either side of this debate.
That's fine. I don't really think it's a good movie.
I'm glad to hear that.
USA Agent or US Agent 80H is subscribed. Thank you so much for the subscription.
Maybe it's just,
Much-
excuse me? Maybe it's actually USA Gent. You know,
That actually makes a lot more sense.
he's like a gentleman.
Could be both an
maybe.
agent and a gentleman.
That's true. I just had Girthquake subscribe, so I'm okay.
Nice. It's a
Up down
great
to
name.
the side, welcome to the Lion Pride Girthquake.
I got really lucky on that attack
Fred
right there.
Girthquake.
I beat the boss.
What do you guys think, you know, from our childhood, what do you think is the best Disney film?
Lion King, probably.
Lion King, Toy
Maybe.
Story is really good.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not sure if I could pick another one.
There's a
What else is there?
The Jungle Book, The Little Mermaid.
Definitely
wasn't a
not The
huge
Little
fan of The
Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
It's been a while since I've seen The Jungle Book. I remember liking the music a lot in The Jungle Book a lot, though.
Yeah. I Just Can't Wait to Be King. It's an awesome song. Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Real good.
Aladdin was great.
Oh my
I
god, I
still
can't
watch
grab
Aladdin.
the rope.
I watch, yeah, I could watch Aladdin over.
Are
and
there
over again.
other songs in the Jungle? By the way, Beauty and the Beast, Milan, Hercules, yes. Are there other songs in the Jungle Book beyond just the bare necessities?
Yeah, the orangutan one.
What is
What
this?
was
How
he
does that
singing?
one go?
Fudge. I don't know. I forget it right now. You
The-
put me on the spot.
Orangutan necessities.
It was like the one where it's beat boppity 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 bow. I don't remember.
Excuse
I
me.
don't remember that ever happening.
Yeah.
They beatbox for a while. I'm telling you, it's true. Look it up.
I think you
I mean,
might
I'm
be,
into it, but
might be confusing
know.
that with perhaps like a different movie, maybe a movie
No.
about beatboxing.
No, he's there. It's the,
I
it's the
gotta
orangutan.
ride the
He makes
towel.
noises.
I get it.
Where are you at, Josh?
I didn't know you'd ride the towel.
You inside
I'm
this
in
cave?
I'm in the Cave of Wonders. Yeah.
This is a hard level.
Is it?
Yeah.
I never played this game before.
I noticed, and you're still winning, I think. Maybe
He
it's
is.
not that you're good at video games. Maybe you're just really good at 2D side-scrolling like action platformers. Because that's all
Excuse
we
me?
play.
It's really hard pressing like the 2 buttons it takes to move.
Citrus Peppercorn just subscribed, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Oh, I fell into a pit of abyss and then
Yeah.
I died.
That's why they call it the Cave of
Artorias
Wonders.
is down here. He's going crazy.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Wait till you get to the magic carpet ride part. Steppenwolf shows up, it's fucked up.
Nice.
It's
Big
like that
legs,
scene
that's
in
it.
Austin Powers too.
You get to make out with Jasmine at any point in this game?
This is a game for children, Nick.
So yes.
Children like to make out with Jasmine.
Is that true?
She's
Yeah.
a pretty lady.
This
Yes.
is like a weird subject to bring up. But did anybody else not really like internalize the fact that Aladdin took place in another country until they were like a little older and thought about it?
All Disney movies
Huh?
take place in America, so I don't know what you're talking
That's
about.
pretty much what I was getting at. I was
Belle
like,
and shit. Belle's from like France.
no, that's
Beauty and the
America.
Beast.
in
They
my
moved
eyes.
to America, Josh. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Like, and this is gonna sound offensive.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That's America.
Yeah, in America, there was a bell tower. You didn't see
It
it?
takes place in Montreal, actually.
Weird.
Oh, wow, I just jumped into the water, I guess. Good job. Yeah, like, I always just sort of thought that all Disney movies were about white people. Like, Mulan, that's about white people, right?
I never watched Mulan.
The Jungle Book, all about... Oh, fuck.
I'm in the Goldlands.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a game over, I think, from jumping like an idiot. But now that when I got, like, probably, like, 3 years older than when I watched them for the first time, I was like, are you a fucking idiot? There's more countries than Canada on Earth. But I was like, what part of Canada is Aladdin from? He's wearing this hat and this vest. Aladdin, this is not really a very Canadian name.
It's Aladdin, though.
What's all this sand doing over
Yeah,
here?
whoa, they in, like, Alberta or something.
There's a lot of deserts in Alberta.
Then I got older and realized that I was an idiot.
Yeah. In the magic carpet ride scene, you could
Yeah.
see them leaving Arabia, wherever they're at, and they'll go to like Greece, and they'll go past like the pyramids, and then they'll wind up in like China, looking at like the explosions, like on top of like some
The
Chinese
explosions of China.
So like they literally they flew across the whole like almost that whole continent there. I'm spinning my genie right now.
You
Explosions
shouldn't do
in
that
China.
on stream.
Yeah, it's fireworks.
Explosions in the China is my favorite post-rock band.
I see what you did there.
That's Explosions in the Sky.
Yeah. Oh, get a 2-up, baby. Genie, don't fuck me. Get a genie. What does that do? I don't know. You.
Oh, that's like the good one, man.
Nah, I missed. I got the star.
Oh, that's worthless.
Yeah,
Line up all 3 parts of the mushroom.
I got a
Bigger.
credit, whatever that does.
Maybe that gives you another credit to play the game.
Pro tip: that right bumper, right trigger,
Yeah.
the R button, super valuable.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're talking about. What does that do?
Hit the R button on your Super Nintendo.
Doesn't do anything.
Not reset. It should do something if you've configured it properly.
Try like a bumper or a trigger
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried all of them. Doesn't do anything.
while
Oh.
you're in the air.
Abu, no!
Still doesn't do anything.
Well, then you should probably configure your Super Nintendo controller to do something.
Yeah, it's probably screwed up or something. I don't know. I'll deal without it. I don't really need buttons most of the time anyway.
All right, I got to remember this password because I'm going to need a game over. It's Jafar, Monkey,
Starter.
Jasmine, Genie. Jafar, Monkey, Jasmine, Genie.
That's my new post-rock band.
I can't beat this boss. He has a stupid hitbox.
You jump on his head.
Yeah, I'm aware. He just doesn't cooperate.
This game gets real intense when you get into the magic carpet section.
We're still in the cave section.
Like going camping.
You'll see. It becomes very, very difficult. But because our SNESs are running at like half speed, apparently, due to a brownout in the area, we should maybe have a better chance.
Give you a brownout.
Don't give me a brownout, Nick. That would be a
Believe
great
Nick's
name.
gonna give you a brownout.
If we ever come up with if we ever start a line of adult diapers, we should call them brownouts.
All right.
Because it's like, or like stain removal. I was gonna say software, which should show you how good we are at materials engineering.
You don't want to pick up these monkeys' jewels, right?
Excuse me?
The monkeys.
That's
have
how you
jewels,
get
Josh.
Ebola.
The monkeys have jewels. I don't think I want them.
You can't pick it up anyway.
All right. Good.
Why isn't he
Ow.
helping me with this fight? He's just pretending to mimic what a boxing character would do. I'm not boxing.
Hey, I'm gonna grab this lamp.
You should do
Ah.
that, yeah. I mean, you could.
How is Jafar
You could
started
not
anyway?
do it as well, but
Abu, no!
yeah. See,
Oh, Abu's going after the monkey jewel.
exactly. There's a monkey
His
on the
jewel to
box,
take.
so only you can prevent forest fires.
And this cave's gonna call me an infidel.
Yeah, I was like, is that what an infidel is?
Excuse
now?
me?
It's, you know, when you get a monkey and it steals a jewel from a cave.
Yeah, Brack the Man, remember this password here: Jafar, Monkey, Jasmine, Genie.
Yeah. Ask to
Did you get that
logic.
already?
Ask to logicy chum. Up down to the side. Welcome to the Lion Pride. I did indeed.
You're farther
Jafar,
than me.
Jafar, Monkey, Jasmine, Genie.
Jasmine, Genie.
I remember.
You're farther than me.
I am a little further than you right now. Yes. Don't feel bad about it though.
I feel bad about it.
I'm gonna die and get a game over like any minute now. Yeah, there we go. I got hit by lava. I'm dead.
All right. So now I'm farther,
Well, I'll probably start on the same level.
but
Like a little bit further behind,
Oh my
I guess.
God.
Yeah.
I fell into the lava and died.
Did you get a game over?
Nah, I still got 3 lives left.
Oh, that's really good. I don't know why I just fell into the lava and myself. I guess just to even the odds. I did it twice. The first time I fell into the lava, it's like, okay, you're hurt. And then the second time I fell in, it's like, you're an idiot. You're dead. You deserve this. Actually, you know what? My, oh! It's not just that Nick doesn't have it configured. Hello.
Hello.
Nick doesn't have it configured.
Thank you for the sushi, Kate.
It's sushi.
That's nice. It's sushi day.
Even Ruka's here, and he's like, "You're finally hello. This is Kate."
Hi, Kate.
1 second.
Hi, Kate.
The cats might want to leave now that they have other company. Ruka, here he comes. That's okay. I do have the camera on, so just don't get naked. That is her getting naked
That's
voice.
the sound, yeah.
But yeah, you need the tapestry or the cloth in order to actually do the glide.
I don't want
What
to
do you
do the
mean?
glide. I don't care.
On one of the chests earlier, we must have picked up that cloth that allowed us to glide.
I think Nick picked it up too, though.
How do
He
you
asked
know?
about the map. We all picked up the map.
That's not the map.
No, I slid down a rope.
You need the
Yeah, I
tapestry.
don't know about that Northernlion. I think you're making shit up there.
I'm not, dude. I can't do it anymore.
I believe it.
Really?
Yeah, and it's really
that's-
hurting me on lava level.
Yeah, definitely.
I would have been real surprised if I just didn't set up a button. That's not like me.
That is not like you. You're right. Let me know when you beat lava level, Josh.
All right.
I'm struggling like pretty fierce here.
Yeah, you don't have the tab. I've been using the tapestry like a son of a bitch.
Yeah, I was using it all the time when I remembered that it existed. Because, you know, if you mistime a jump, you can easily correct it.
Yeah.
Oh, almost fell there. This right here is a real tough jump. Oh, yeah, Aladdin.
Paula Dean.
That's pretty offensive, Josh.
Why?
Remember that time Paula
She did bad things.
Yeah,
You said bad words.
she said some bad words.
I
But
don't
she
have
also
the
like
cloth.
cooked everything in butter, so I'm like conflicted. I mean,
Yeah.
not
I'm
really
cool
that
with, like, her
conflicted.
recipes. I beat the lava land.
I'm impressed, Josh. That's very impressive.
Well, I had the glider.
I know, and apparently that's like a huge thing. We didn't. Oh, I got it.
This lava level is a lot different than what it was on Genesis.
Oh yeah, are you on the teleporter or to the
Excuse me?
magic carpet?
Yeah.
Silly.
They should
daddy.
have a magic carpet in Spelunky.
You
though.
can't eat carpet.
Silly daddy.
Okay.
Someone
gotta focus.
changed like the look of a jetpack in Spelunky to a magic carpet, please.
That'd be pretty sweet. Or like
Yeah.
you could do it with the cape. You could make the cape look like the cloth.
I guess. But then you're just wearing it on your back. I want it to be underneath me.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying you could do both, not either or.
I don't get it.
Oh my
It's
lord.
bad kitties.
Ruka.
Alright, I finally figured out how to exploit this stupid boss.
Hey!
Nick,
I
take
beat
off
the
your
carpet
shirt.
level.
You beat
If
the
I take
carpet
off my
level.
shirt, you couldn't even see it.
Yeah, carpet level is pretty easy.
I disagree. Ruka.
All right, Brack. Remember
Never mind
Genie,
what's that, it's
Jafar,
Tomo.
Aladdin, Monkey.
Tomo.
Genie, Monkey, Aladdin, King.
No. Genie, Jafar, Aladdin, Monkey. Remember it, Brack the man.
Genie, Jafar, Aladdin, Monkey.
I'll be asking you. So I unlocked the genie powers.
Bad kitty got trapped in the room.
Oh no!
He wanted to get outside, probably poop.
Outside?
Well, like in the litter box. I don't keep the litter box in my bedroom.
Oh yeah.
That would be bad. Bad shitty.
Does your dick do this?
I wish you wouldn't be so good at this fucking game.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I like the face that Genie's face makes.
Oh my god, I just got a fucking game over and have to start over again from the level before the fucking... Oh, never mind. I started in the magic carpet level.
Use the password.
I can give you a password if you want.
You beat the magic carpet level on your first try.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
I got the map. I can float now.
It's not the map. If that was the map, we'd be playing Chester Cheetah's Wild Wild Quest.
What the fuck is this?
You guys never played Chester Cheetah's Wild Wild Quest?
I played Cool Spot, 7 Up.
I might have played the Wild Wild Quest.
Wild Wild Quest.
I don't remember it.
I played it. I beat it as a child.
Yeah.
And as a
I
teenager.
Beat it as a child.
A little bit older.
I beat it as a child and as an adolescent and as an adult.
It's a lifetime of beating it.
That's gonna be the name of my memoirs.
That's a really good name for memoirs.
A lifetime of beating it.
Beating it, yeah. Go ahead, make something, you weirdo.
What are you talking about?
Well, Genie's fucking taking his sweet ass time making like a path for me to run on.
I can't believe this dude. He's in a world of gold, and all he cares about is the diamonds. Take some of the gold, you dingus.
What are you... Nick, are you playing the same game, or are you playing Super Meat Boy?
Wait, no, there's no gold in Meat Boy. This is Aladdin. Or Aladdin.
Aladdin. On the Food Network.
No. It's on TLC now.
Josh, you would probably be really good at Flappy Bird.
No, I'm not. I'm bad at Flappy Bird.
Have you tried?
Well, I mean, I only played Flappy Bird for like 5 minutes, but I was pretty bad at it. People were getting like over 69 in Flappy Bird. I was like, I can't do that.
That's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't. I don't compare.
Shit! I beat Magic Carpet level.
That's good.
Thank God. And
You're
now
on Genie level with me.
Now I'm gonna eat some sushi live on stream, and I just noticed the window's open. Genie, Jafar, Aladdin, Monkey.
Genie, Jafar, Aladdin, Monkey.
You should just input that password, Nick, and catch up with us.
No, that's dumb. I want to win.
Oh, there we go.
I can pole vault off bats.
Well, I'm gonna eat a little sushi live on stream and make you guys super jealous.
Genie level is bullshit. Northernlion.
I'll let you know.
Please
the
do.
water in this looks a lot like ActRaiser. I wonder if they had the same development team.
Now I'm gonna lose my flotation device, and I'm gonna be mad.
I already lost my flotation device like 10 times.
Yeah, but do you ever pick it back up?
Yeah, once. You just learn to live without it.
I don't ever want to do that.
All right, what's your password now? I want to cheat.
I can't remember now.
Jafar, Aladdin, Genie, Monkey?
Something along those lines.
Oh, Jafar, Aladdin, Genie, Monkey. You failed, it says.
Oh, shit.
Josh, I failed.
Fuck my ass and call me a butthole in Buttland. Genie, Jafar, Aladdin, Monkey.
Genie, Jafar. What did you just say? Aladdin, Monkey. But before that?
Fuck my ass and call me a butthole?
There was more, though.
I don't remember it. I died.
I completed, it says.
I found it. So it's not bad if you lose your tapestry on this level.
Whoa, this place is crazy.
Ryan, how far are you?
Genie level.
Did you get to the point where like Genie starts? You have to wait for Genie to like pull rabbits out of his ass.
Yeah, and I just beat it on the first try.
I keep dying on it.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm just.
This level's like Rayman.
Nah, I just beat Genie level.
This is my favorite level so far. Why
Excuse me?
didn't I find this so soon all day? Genie level is pretty cool.
It's real easy too.
No, I don't want a password for the end of the game, Chad. I just want to cheat most of the game, not all of it.
There we go. I passed that part now. It took me too long though.
I'm ahead of you now. This is a surprisingly close race. Normally by this point,
What the hell?
Normally by this point, you just beat the shit out of us.
I was.
I got to a part in Genie level where there's no ground and nowhere to go.
Genie makes other things for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just jumped into death. I thought the clouds were something you could stand on.
Yeah, me too. That was my first mistake.
First mistake was even showing up today. I don't know.
What is that, like Vin Diesel?
That's what I was trying to do, but I don't know if I've ever seen a movie Vin Diesel is in beyond XXX.
You never saw the original Fast and Furious?
I've never seen any of the Fast and the Furiouses.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of like them.
I'll take things that don't surprise me for 6,900.
Yeah. All right.
It's okay.
Genie takes 1,000 years to make stuff for me.
Oh, he's fine. Just have some
Yeah,
patience.
he does take 1,000 years. You're right. All right, I beat that level. Ryan, where you at?
I'm on the level that sounds like.
Did you beat green level? I got Scarab.
That's what I'm on right now. I'm on green level with the Scarab as well.
All right.
I'm getting the map. Fuck
I made
this.
All
It
right.
was
Well,
close though.
yeah, I was ahead of you for a second, but now I'm on Genie wheel. So like.
Me too.
Oh, you are? Good. Maybe I'll get.
Now that I have the map, I can just skip everything.
Nope,
Way
not
better.
gonna get to it. Maybe I'll get the Genie. Nope. Real close to getting the Genie. I got a star again.
I've heard that Find Me Guilty is pretty good. I've also heard that, yes, the Iron Giant is amazing. I just I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch some Vin Diesel movies. Sorry. I got a 2 up.
What about the Chronicles of Riddick?
Oh, you know what? I
Pitch Black?
have
Pitch
seen
Black.
the middle one, the Chronicles of Riddick.
But you haven't seen Pitch Black?
Mm-mm.
I think Pitch Black might be better.
Mm-hmm.
Genie made way easier shit this time. It's weird.
I really dislike the Chronicles of Riddick.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I think Zach likes it.
Mm-hmm. This may actually be the furthest I've ever made it in Aladdin. And I'm just now realizing that maybe Aladdin is actually an easy game.
Yeah.
And we didn't know.
We were just bad when we were kids, right?
Because I always played it as a kid, yeah.
Well, Nick had to cheat to get this far, just saying.
Well, I couldn't beat the dude with the sword.
Yeah,
that
the
was a
first-
little
the
difficult.
first
First boss, pretty difficult.
That's good stuff.
I'm really bad at video games.
It's okay, buddy.
There was no joke there. That's just truth.
Yeah, I mean, I can't deny it. I'm right there with you, man. People get mad at me all the time. It's a pretty good song here. You notice that?
Yeah, I do
Yes.
like it. Music here. I just beat this next level.
Oh shit, with the tongues.
Gold ground. Yeah, tongues. Lots of tongues.
I'm impressed.
Gold ground, green background. Yeah, I'm in full let's hurry this up mode. All right, Monkey, Aladdin, Genie, Jasmine.
What'd you just call me?
Monkey, Aladdin, Genie, Jasmine. Scotty, you remember that too.
That's
All right,
such a
I'm
good
flying
point.
out.
Aladdin does have a flying carpet. This makes no sense.
He's got limited amounts of power on the carpet.
Why? He took Jasmine around the damn world in it.
That's why he doesn't have any gas left.
Oh, it takes gas.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't taken Jasmine around yet.
Oh, that's true. There is a moment, actually, I think, in
Yeah.
the game where you take her around.
Where we get to make out with her, right?
Yeah, a whole new world. It's definitely not about fucking.
Sand snakes.
The world is becoming a man.
Actually, the world,
World
is
is
a
a manpire.
vampire.
We already talked about vamping earlier.
Yeah, I had
Not
no
what it
idea
means.
what it was, but we totally vamped for like 45 minutes earlier.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah. I remember vamping. I don't like it.
Oh,
Hey, you
sorry.
did. Don't give me that.
So genie levels are platform nightmares, man. I made it.
The tongues never line up half the time.
That's sometimes you don't actually want to. You don't actually want to line up the tongues.
I do. This
No,
time.
Sometimes you don't.
I do this time.
Sometimes I run.
Oh no! I got a little ahead of myself. That's okay though.
I'll line up tongues with Jasmine.
Oh shit! Darren Sharper. Oh, you can run.
Top
There's a
10
run.
hottest Disney female leads.
There's a run in this game. Did you know there's a run button?
Yeah. What next?
No wonder you're ahead of me.
Yeah, dude, that's how
There's
you.
a run button in this?
Oh my god, you guys. It's
I just
Super
found
Nintendo. Of
out
course,
about
there's a
it.
run button.
That's not running. Don't give me that.
I didn't know that.
It's Y is the jump button, not X.
Mm,
On my legal Super Nintendo controller.
Y is the jump button. No.
Look at this guy, right?
Yeah.